Growing up through grade school was a difficult time for me. I didn't want to play sports, and I tried my hardest not to make friends. The kid I was at the time believed no one could ever understand or know what I was going through, that everyone was so different and foreign to me. They were nothing like me, and I could never be anything like them. At some point, my teachers all began to believe I had a social disability, that something was wrong with me because I chose never to talk to anyone. Why would someone choose to avoid people and be alone? School had become a place where I feigned disinterest to avoid interaction and just focus on observation. The fewer eyes on me, the more I could relax and not worry about anyone seeing my insecurities. I was convinced it was easier to accept being abnormal than fail at being normal. Reality to a young kid had become terribly cruel, and I had no way out, no way to escape, and nowhere to go until... Rapture. The word still sends chills down my spine. Rapture. The name of Andrew Ryan's dreamy city. A city without the morality or laws that arbitrate everyone's lives. It's only fitting that it ended up being a complete disaster, but that didn't matter to me. I was a 12-year-old kid, and I spent more time in awe at Andrew Ryan's creation than in disgust with his abomination. I wanted to know more about the unbridled aspirations of the creator of this city. For as long as I played Bioshock, I was sucked in. Rapture took me. From moment one, Andrew Ryan's sales pitch for his city sold me. I was interested in him, this man who had rejected everything in life and built an underwater utopia. Science, law, society, he had defied it all, or at least attempted to. I was jealous, envious, and more than anything curious of how I could be like him. And this game was his invitation to me. An invitation to defy the normal and experience a different life. A life far away from reality. Of course, reality would check Ryan just as it would check me, but the experience I had and the world I could escape into stuck with me. And while Rapture was a horror show of Andrew Ryan's failed ambitions, the world remained a utopia for my heart. I had discovered the power of games to not just distract me, but to take me someplace far away from where I was. And no matter what reality had been made out to be for me, I knew I wasn't alone anymore in my fantasies to escape. Someone had made a way for me to be somewhere else and someone else, at least for a moment. It's fitting that my favorite game was one of the ones my dad brought back from the Middle East. The game he played in a foreign world where he was all alone. The same game that I inherited and helped guide me through a foreign childhood. I know my experience is subjective, but by helping me escape reality, Bioshock also redefined my reality. Thank you, Bioshock, for showing me that there is a place out there where a kid isn't afraid to be themselves.